For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donetta McDowell, and I work here at the Montana Career Lab. I am the training and development specialist here. So I do a lot of different things, outreach, putting together publications, the MCIS program, and lots of other good stuff. So that is me, and we'll get started. So this is our Montana Career Lab page. Hopefully you're all familiar with it. And as you can see over here in the right-hand corner, there's an MCIS login place there for everybody to log in. So today we are going to be talking about the new MCIS, which is going to be called or is called MCIS 360. And it's the brand new platform for MCIS. The current version will be going away in the fall of 2024. So we're trying to start getting the word out that we'll be transitioning to 360 and getting people used to the idea and just getting you guys in there so that you can use it with the students and things like that. So I am going to log in here, and you guys should have logins. If you don't, just let me know. Teachers that are on board, you should all have either what's called an admin login or a staff account login. So any of those logins, even if you are a student, anything like that, everybody logs in from this area. So I am going to first show you how to get into 360 by logging in as an administrator or staff account with MCIS. So we're just going to go into your current version, okay? The 360 is actually live right now, so you can go ahead and get started in there. So let's see here. All right, so just putting my admin in there and then clicking login. Okay, so this page should be familiar with you if you have an admin or a staff account page. And this is just the administrative backside of MCIS. So to get to 360 as an administrator staff account, you would go up here to the very top, and this might be hidden, so you might have to click on it to unhide it. But there's that little button there, and you just click go to CIS 360. It's as simple as that. And you're all ready to go. It takes you to the 360 version. Now, since this is my training version, I already have stuff in here. I'm also going to show you here in a second how to log in as a student. And when you do that, what it will look like for the student side of it. It will look exactly like this, but if you have students that don't have anything populated in here, I want you to be able to see what that looks like also. So we're going to do that too. So first off, we have the dashboard. And just so you guys know, some of this stuff will change. It's still in some production phases, and there will be some new things added. We will take feedback from anybody that's going to be using it. Anytime you come on, you might see something that's a little bit different than the last time you logged in. I will show you today what's in here, but there are a few things in the current version that are not currently in the MCIS 360. So if you come across something that's not in 360, don't panic. It will be put in here eventually. Some things won't be put in. So it just depends. You will eventually see more things being added is what I'm trying to say. All right, so anyways, back to the navigation. And this is just really a broad overview. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds on anything. I just want to be able to show you what the system is like now. Starting with my dashboard. So we have favorites. So any favorites anything that they like. So now in 360, they're going to have little thumbs up on things. So if they want to like something, they just click the thumbs up on that, and that's going to save it into their favorites. So here you can see that we have some examples of favorites that I've saved: career clusters, careers, military careers, etc. So anything they save will be there. Assessment results, any assessments that they've taken, their results will be here. And you can already see that this version of MCIS is much more graphically pleasing. I love the fact that we have graphs and charts and just great graphics, because I'm such a visual learner and this stuff just pops out at me, right? So any assessments they take will show up here, and they can get back to them by just clicking on the assessment, and it will take them right to their results for their assessments. And then we also have best career matches. So my best career match is animal control workers. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do love animals. So then there's also the reporting feature. So now students can actually create their own reports. So if you're a teacher working with a student and you want to see some stuff that they've been working on, you can have them create a report for you and export it into a PDF. So basically they're just going to choose some things here that they've done, and then they can export that to a PDF. Okay, and then we also have up here on the top is going to be our navigation. So personal learning plan would be next, and the personal learning plan is going to start out over here at 6th grade and go all the way to 12th grade. So when they come on here, all they do is they say, okay, I'm in 9th grade. And then they get a list of these activities to do. So the personal learning plan is now kind of a combination between the current personal learning plan and the checklist. So it's a combination of those two things now. So you'll see some of these are gray and some of them are green. And the green ones are completed. If it's orange, it's started. And if it's gray, it's incomplete. So pretty simple. And also schools can customize their personal learning plan and take out things that they don't want in there and customize it for your school. So that works very nicely. So then we have assessments over here. So we have the career cluster inventory. We have a new CCI quick pick, which I'm going to show you real fast. So the assessments are the same. It's a Likert scale. So like, very much like, not sure, dislike. And when we start though, we get a photo and then the question, do you like to go fishing? It's also audio. So we would just do like in the current version, right? Just select through that and then they'll get their results at the end, just like in the regular career cluster inventory. And now it also says when you go to something else and you haven't finished an assessment, it will say you have unsaved changes that will be lost. Do you wish to continue? And you can choose yes or no. So that's nice because in the current version, we don't have that in the current version. Okay, so then most of the current assessments are in here. We don't have skills in here yet. Hopefully we will, but we're not sure yet. So like I said, things will be changing, things will be added. So that is a look at the assessment. Again, very colorful, very pleasing to the eye. And then we go on here over to education. This is going to change slightly where somehow we got apprenticeship moved up here, but schools is going to be up there. Apprenticeship is going to be down here. Not a big deal, right? So we do have apprenticeship information. This takes you out to the apprenticeship, the Montana apprenticeship page right now, but we are working on another page with apprenticeship information that's easy for the students to understand the how to get an apprenticeship and stuff like that. So we look forward to getting onto this page. Programs of study. So, well, I'm going to start with schools because I feel like it goes better that way. So here is the school section. So this is pretty much just like in the current version, only you have the ability to do it by cluster or title. And you can also choose in-state or national. So those are some options there. So then we see the list down here of all the schools, colleges specifically. So whether they're 2-year, career, technical, whatever they might be. And here's your little favorite thumbs up. So if they like it, they just click the thumbs up button and it's going to save it to their favorites. There's also a little filter over here where they can filter these things. So different types of things they can use for a filter. So let me see here. Let me pick something out of this list. I'm going to do Helena College. So this is a look at the pages inside of the school. One of the things to mention, if any of you are out there talking to the colleges, this is a graphic that we can put for the specific school. So this is a filler graphic right now, but we can go out and we can ask them if they have a photo of the college that we can add in here. There's also the ability, you'll see on some of the schools, there'll be a little movie icon play thing there. And that is a virtual tour of the college. So we can add those in for the colleges as well. So we're hoping that we can get the word out to all the colleges that we would like to get some photos of their campus to add to this. And then again, over here in the corner, there's favorite schools, so they can favorite Helena College. And then it just starts out at a glance. So school size, the percentage of returning freshmen, 2-year, it's a 2-year college, what the tuition is like, the link to their website, the degrees offered, and the type of school setting. And then we can navigate across this bar here, general information. So all the general information. And student life. And these are drop downs. So if you click on that, it'll drop down and give the students more information. Then we have applying, so information on applying. Again, little drop downs here with the information. Ooh, this one's bright. And then paying for school, so information on paying for school, costs, financial aid. And then, of course, programs of study, that's really important information. So they can come here and they can look up, say they wanted to go for computer science and information technologies. They can click on that and then again, click on computer programming to find out more about that. So I'm going to go back to the school list again and go down here to University of Montana. So you can see that there's the graphic there So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those graphics to get those in here so that the students can really see a picture of what the college looks like. That was really important right during COVID because nobody could go out. But now I think that even after COVID, people are kind of used to, just searching for things online and stuff like that. But I'm so glad that they can get out and do actual campus visits, but it's great for them to be able to see that virtually as well. So I'm going to go back to the education tab, and then we're going to check out programs of study. So here again, you can do cluster or title. So clusters are just like the career clusters. So if I clicked on communications and technology, it's going to give me a list of those, and I could, let's say I'm interested in photographic film and video technology. Click on that, and then again we have that little blue navigation at the top, and we have these overview here at a glance, overview, vocabulary, what in-state schools offer this program of study, and the topics. So, and program description, we have the little drop downs again. So there's the overview of what this program of study is. We have information on schools, but this isn't actually where they're going to see the schools. That's going to be under related information. So then we have preparation. What do students need to do to prepare for this program of study? Courses, what are the courses typically like? So on some of these also there will be a little slider. So you will slide up and down to see the rest of those. And then related information. So here we have careers that are directly related and other related careers for them to consider. And they can click on any of these to get to that information. Then the programs of study themselves. So say I was interested in journalism, I could click on that and I would find more information on journalism. I'll just do that to show you. So here's journalism. The title is up here at the top. And this is all the information they would need to find out more about the program of study of journalism. Just gonna go back one. So courses and related info is where we were. So schools, here is where you will actually find the schools that offer. So Montana State University Bozeman offers photographic film and video technology. So schools, and then we also have the scholarship button there where they can get to scholarships that are specific for that program of study. So again, they can do cluster or title, in-state, national, and again, there's also filters over here that they can choose for that. Okay, and moving on over here to careers. So we have the careers tab and military careers. So we click on careers, it's going to show us the list of careers. And you can do a search up here. So if you're looking for, so just when you start typing, you can get, I was looking for electricians, so that was pretty easy to just get to something by just typing it in there. You can also compare two careers up here if you select two So it shows electrician helper. So what's the difference between an electrician helper and actual electricians? So then we can compare those two side by side. So now we have all that information side by side there. Back to the list. And I'm just going to do one. So let's just take a look at accountants and auditors. So again, as you can see, the theme is the little blue bar navigation at the top. Here's one of those little videos. So some of these actual career videos, you'll be able to see videos of what that career is like. So at a glance, again, we have the vocabulary, job task, what's the work setting like, and then the career cluster is finance. They can click on that and find it more careers in finance. And then these great little graphs up here. So wages, this is an above average, and education and training 4 years, and employment opportunities are also above average. So then we have the job description. So we have overview. What are the job tasks like? Skills and abilities. Work settings and physical demands. So those are out of what we also have in the current version. And wages. So we have annual, monthly, hourly wages. And then again, like in the current version, it's broke out. Some of these are broke out, Montana, and then specific locations. Just depends on what kind of labor market statistics we get back from our surveys and what we can actually show. You can also select other states. So you can click that button and it will give you a list of the other states, and you can select up to 5. So I'm just going to randomly select a few here. 5. So now we have Georgia, Montana, North Dakota, Texas, and then the United States. And then down here we have a little thing. These are the top 5 states with the highest salary: New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Rhode Island. Fun fact. Okay. And then, like I said, you could get monthly and hourly wages as well. Employment and outlook. So here we have Montana and the United States. Again, you can select other states to see what the job growth is in different states. The job growth in Montana is very large, and the outlook is bright, and it is also above average. And then we have major employers, what the outlook is like, and then the USNLX. So this will take them directly to the USNLX site where all the job postings are at. So if we wanted to see how many accountant jobs there are, it's going to take you to USNLX, and it's going to show you the accountant positions that are open right now. So you can see Billings, Glendive, Missoula, Helena, and over here you can actually filter it by city. So if you just wanted the ones in Helena, you could click on that. They have a little typo there. That's interesting. So they can actually go out and click on these and get and apply right through MCIS. So I think that's like one of my highest features of MCIS is that they can get right to applying for jobs right in here. Okay, so education and training, drop downs again. We have preparation, helpful high school courses, knowledge, related programs of study, licensing and certifications. personal qualities. So these come up by your by doing the interest surveys. So your interest profiler scores show that your top 2 interests are social and artistic, and your work importance locator shows that your top 2 values are independence and relationships. So that's kind of a nice smooth thing. And then we also have related careers. So here is a list of careers, and then the career cluster again, and then also military careers. So what types of military careers can you find for accountants and auditors? And then if I go back to careers again, we can also look at military careers. So again, cluster title, filter. And so we can go out and we can look at all these different military careers and find out more about them. Then we have employment. So here we have a new resume builder. So this is nice. They can go through and put in all their information and build their resume and export their resume. Now, if they already have a resume in the current version, there is a little place in there where they can export their current resume into 360. So then we also have a space for cover letters. And then there's a spot again for the US NLX, US National Labor Exchange, where we found the jobs, right? And then we also have a course planner. Now this is this is a work in progress. So this is something that's just brand new. It's much different than the current course planner. And the way this is going to work for schools is there's different levels. So there's the state level where we go in and we have put in all of the OPI courses, subjects, everything from OPI in here, pathways. So you'll see that for this one, I have an active pathway of information technology. Then there's another level after the state, which is the district level. So districts can go in and they can say, okay, this is what we want our districts to be able to use. So they would whittle down all of those classes and make it customized for the school district. Then you would have the admin section, which I have to be honest, doesn't have much for you to change. Most of the changes are going to come at the district level. And we have decided that because Montana is local control, that districts don't necessarily have to be, so say it was the Helena School District. We could actually make that so it was just Helena High had a district and Capital had a district. So because we know that even though they are within the district, that doesn't necessarily mean that they offer all of the same classes. So this course planner is a little tricky right now, and we're trying to get it really where we need it to be for it to work for schools. If you're interested, I would just say, let us know and we can help you with it. And we will be working on it more, and you might see some more webinars on anything that we're changing or just working on, and also how to use it. So keep an eye out for that as well. So that is basically everything in here. But like I said, I do want to go back out of here now. So I am going to actually sign out of this. Now, don't freak out. This is going to have a beautiful graphic on it, but this is also going to be a new landing page. But I'm going to log in as a student. and show you. So I'm a brand new student. I've never even used MCIS before. So this is how it's going to look similar, but it's going to not have any favorites saved, right? So we're going to log in here. And you can see now, explore and save some favorites. If you like something, be sure to give a thumbs up to save to your dashboard. So then get started by checking out some careers. So then they would just start there and then get going with it. And then for current students, I'm going to show you how they can get to the MCIS. I want to go back to the current version. So I'm going to go over here and go, here's the current version. So when the student logs in to their current version of MCIS, this is how they're going to get to 360. They're going to go over here to the go to, and there's go to MCIS 360, and they're simply just going to click on that. Everything that they have saved in the current version of MCIS is going to show it up in 360. So that student doesn't have to start from scratch. They're just ready to go. They can use this right now and they are good. So it's just up to you guys. If you want to start using this now, I would suggest that, because like I said, in just a year or so, we're going to switch over and this is going to be the thing. So that is about it. I am hoping that you guys have questions for me. All right, so you guys, if anybody has any questions at all, feel free to unmute yourself and let me have it.
I think that results page, that assessment results page would be a good one to have at open house, or to have maybe special education teachers could use that to share when they're meeting with parents during IEP meetings, those kinds of things.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Julia.
On that reports part of the My Dashboard, if you could go to that.
Yeah, let me move the participation over there. What was it again?
Right, the reports piece.
Reports, okay.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that we could make our own reports. We could ask our students which things we would like them to report on. Maybe we haven't gotten very deep into all the areas yet. And then they could pick those particular sections and make a report.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the assessments and their favorites, and then even the personal learning plan information. So they could select any of those. Let's see, scholarships, I think would be good. Schools, maybe.
And then that export to PDF button, that changed color. And so then I guess the students could upload that into, say, a Google Classroom or a Canvas classroom assignment or something like that, without having handouts and saving them and scanning them and uploading them again. They could just hit that export to PDF and have it ready to go into an online assignment.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so, you know, we don't want them to be printing out a bunch of stuff that they're just going to put in their backpack and lose, or, you know, you ask them for it and oh, I know I did it. So they'll be able to save that wherever you have them save their work, right?
Handy.
Heck yeah. Okay, let's see. Amber has a question here. Is there a place in occupation descriptions that would indicate the occupation is linked to apprenticeship? So that is something I think that we're working a little bit on, but let's just check, because I know that we were working on that. So let's see, careers. Let's see. I think electrician or plumber would be good. It's weird. Okay, so electricians. So then, excuse me. I'm trying to think of where that would be. Education and training. Preparation. Yes, so anything that is apprenticeable should have this little thing that talks about the apprenticeship. So the website, this should be a link, so that needs to be fixed. Like I said, they're currently working on this apprenticeship information in the system. So you do have the US Department of Labor apprenticeship website, but this will be actually a live link to the apprenticeship program. And then you have the contact information there. Does anyone else have any questions at all? Anything? Did it make sense to you how you get from your side of it into the 360? And then also, does it make sense to you how the students get to 360? I hope that I was clear on that, because that's pretty important. And then also, if your school uses Clever, if you're a Clever school, you'll still be able to log in with Clever into the 360 version as well. And if you're not aware of what Clever is an amazing tool. And I am going to be doing a webinar on, it'll be the same webinar, but it's on transferring portfolios. So say you're transferring your middle school students to the high school, how to do that. And then also how to transfer your high school seniors out to the adult side so that they can continue to use their portfolios. And I will also be talking about the Clever and how Clever works with moving your students from site to site. And it is, I have to say, it is an amazing tool. I'm sure Julia can also contest to how great Clever is. I know we have a lot of school, well, not a lot, that's an exaggeration, but I've set up multiple schools with Clever, some bigger ones, Great Falls, Missoula, and even smaller ones. And every person, every school that I've set up with Clever has just loved it. It just makes managing your students' portfolios so much easier. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a message and I can send you the link if you didn't already get it. I'm guessing that you guys all got these emails because hopefully you're on our emailing list.
It saves so much time with classroom management. It gives the teachers and counselors, that time back in the classroom, especially if counselors are visiting a classroom and they only have a short period of time to be there. It's so helpful. And it sounds like it's work at the beginning, but it's really not. Donetta does the heavy lift on that. And if you're really interested in it, I'd say, introduce her, send an email that introduces your IT person to Donetta so that she can work behind the scenes and get that all fixed up for you. It even works with our Power School. If you happen to be a Power School district, works with our Power School, and students could even log in through their Power School, maybe under managed bookmarks or something like that. So it's not just one single system that can do it. It can work with whatever student information system you have. So it's been really handy for us.
Yes, thank you, Julia. Okay, well, if nobody else has any questions, then I'm just going to say thank you for joining me today. And I hope that you will really like this new version of CIS. It actually also works excellent with telephones and tablets. So if you're using whatever types of tablets you might have at your school. The 360 version just works really amazing. Yes, responsive design. Thank you, Julia. It's amazing. I love it. I was just at a career fair the other day, and I just had, I had my cell phone, and I'm just bebopping around showing everybody what it looks like and how to get from here to there. And it was great to just have that ability. And we all know that everybody likes to just be on their cell phone all the time now. So if that helps your students use it, then hey, whatever we can do, right? So again, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thanks again for joining us. Have a good day.